Hello, so I'm here with Josiah Duncan, the director of The Hunger. So first I kind of wanted to know, how did you get involved with filmmaking?
Well, I originally got involved in high school, I actually borrowed someone's old digital DV tape camera, awful quality, but it taught me how to use like one of those ENG style cameras like the NX5 that we use at the school. And then I upgraded to borrowing people's iPhones and stuff, which was just like way over. So I started messing around with that kind of stuff in high school, and I really liked doing the whole process from shooting it to finishing it.
So The Hunger, when I watched, I thought it was about zombies, but it's actually about cannibals, yeah?
Yeah, well, the log line for the film is something along the lines of in a world where a virus caused many people to become cannibals, they're mislabeled as zombies by society and hunted down. This takes place in a universe where people already know of zombies, and like from the media, we already know what they are, and that's why they get mistaken for zombies and then hunted after, and then we win. The humans win, essentially, and that's why they all kind of go into hiding, and they have urges that make them want to eat other people, basically, but they don't have to give into those urges. It's just it's a very strong pull.
What kind of inspired that concept?
Actually, I read a Reddit writing prompt a long time ago. I was in a creative writing class, and I just wrote it in a journal. I wrote like a page a day and ended up coming with this concept that had a couple beats, and I thought it would make a great script, and it's an interesting, different take to the popular zombie concepts that are coming along right now.
Yeah. So you said before that they can kind of ward off the temptation to like feed. So how does that kind of work in the scenario?
So the main character, played by Joel, he's warded off these temptations for a long time. As he mentions in the film, I've never fed before. But when presented with the opportunity, spoiler alert, he might give in to said temptations.
And as you said, the one cop did turn out to do that, and he was eating the other cop. It looked really realistic. So what did you use for that scene?
We used it depends on the shot, but a lot of prosthetics, some fake blood, tasted minty. For the shot where he actually takes a bite, it's actually raw chicken soaked in a bunch of blood to give it that kind of texture. I read somewhere, I had the idea to do that, and then I read about it online, and apparently they do that in The Walking Dead too. Well, they'll use like pork and chicken, and it looks really disgusting, but it looks really realistic too, like he's taking a bite of someone's liver.
Wow, okay. And were there a lot of retakes, like especially for that scene, or did it all flow pretty smoothly?
For the stuff that required prosthetics and makeup and stuff, we tried to keep it to as little as possible. So I think for the bite, really, there was only 2 takes. Not perfect, but they were very time consuming, so I would say an average of maybe 2 or 3 takes per shot.
And how long did it take, like, all together? Did you do this all in, like, one night, or
No,
like the actual filming?
Yeah, sorry. We actually shot over the course of 2 days, from like 8 to 5 with a lunch break in the middle.
Wow.
So it was, there was a good chunk of stuff to do. It was I think it was 62 shots. So there was a lot of work to do, since it's a lot of back and forth drama and moving the camera around, and then there's a blocking, and the actors moved around just trying to tell that story even in that confined space. There was a lot of work to do. And then the stuff on the TV had to be filmed the week prior and then prepared so that we could use it on set.
Okay. So what was one of the hardest parts for you to film?
The hardest part for me in the project was getting everyone together. There was a lot of moving parts, trying to get all these actors from here and Indianapolis, and then finding that great location, and all the props. There was so many, like the set design had so much stuff in it because that house was put on sale and didn't have anything in it. So I had to basically put everything you see in there except for the fridge and the stove and stuff like that.
Okay, very interesting. Well, those are all my questions for The Hunger. So thank you so much for being here.
You're very welcome.